Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Ultima 6, The False Prophet. In our previous episode, we delved deep into the dungeons of Britannia in search of another piece of Captain Hawkins' treasure map. And we were successful and completed 2 dungeons, the dungeons Covetous and Wrong. Now, we cheated a little bit in the fact that those 2 dungeons are actually combined into 1 dungeon in this game, but still, we've got 2 of the 8 major dungeons of Britannia out of the way, and today we're going to take on another one, the Dungeon Shame. Now, shame is the anti-virtue that stands in opposition to the virtue of honor. The town of Honor is Trinsic, so you'd assume that the Dungeon of Shame is near the town of Trinsic. In this case, it's actually not. And I'm going to take you and show you how to get there in just a moment. Let's go ahead and step away from the shrine, and we're going to go ahead and use our Orb of the Moons. Remember, Shamino was holding onto the bag with the Orb of the Moons in it. And if we place the Orb of the Moons 2 spaces to the south of the Avatar and 2 spaces to the west, it'll take us to the town of Skara Brae. Okay. Now, we've been here before. We visited this town in the course of trying to get the rune and mantra of spirituality. And we also addressed the mystery of the murder of Quentin. Unfortunately, we were unable to solve that mystery at this time. But if we head north out of the town, we follow the road here until it reaches a fork here. To the east will take us back towards the town of Britain, as you may remember, and to the north would take us up towards Empeth Abbey and eventually to the town of Yew. Well, we're going to go ahead and follow the road to the east here, until we hit some mountains. And, well, here they are. Let's follow these mountains up and around. Now, there actually is a dungeon if we dart into this little area in here. There's a cave. This is the Cyclops Cave. We might explore this a little bit later in the game, but for now, we've got a dungeon we're trying to get to. And it appears to be, either that was a Cyclops walking, making the ground shake, or there are earthquakes in this area. But we'll remember where that Cyclops Cave is for later in the game if we are looking for treasure or experience. So, following these mountains up and around here, we've reached a body of water, and we can't go any farther. Well, if you remember in our last episode, we had Santre pick up a skiff. So we're going to go ahead and drop that skiff. And we're going to drop it right here in the water. Santre's not close enough to the water to do that, so let's move him up using solo mode. There we go. Let's go ahead and use the skiff. And now we can sail down this little river. As you can see, picking up a skiff and taking it with us was definitely worth the effort. It probably would have been better to have bought a skiff legitimately in order to have not wasted, lost a point of karma by stealing one. I didn't realize at the time that those skiffs were owned by someone and it would have cost us karma. Now, before we go any farther, I'd like to show you something. Thou dost see a sea serpent, and thou dost see a sea serpent. Let's move a little further back here, and let's exit our skiff. Oops, I was trying to pick up the skiff here. Let's pick it back up, and we'll continue on our way here overland. If we continue following along this way and we look up here, there's an opening. Thou dost see a mine shaft. Let's head in there. Shamino says, this is a dungeon shame. Now, as you may remember from previous episodes, the dungeon shame is where the former pirate Ibarra went, searching for gold. It looks like in recent years, the Dungeon Shame has kind of cleared out. There aren't as many monsters as there used to be, and treasure hunters seeking their fortune have begun exploring it, looking for gold. And Ibarra is no different. So we're going to follow him in here and see if we can either find him or find out what happened to him and maybe get our hands on that treasure map. Now, as before, Leona is holding our torches. She has one right now, so we're going to go ahead and use that. And, well, here we are. Let's look around. Oh, there's a building. It's magically locked. Let's take a look inside. The avatar has a spellbook equipped, so let's go ahead and cast Unlock Magic. Who knows what we may find inside? Let's re-equip a weapon before we go in here. Ah, there's a skeleton. I'm letting my party members take care of the skeleton for me. There we go. Oh, there's more skeletons. Let's go ahead and get in here and get the whole party in, and we'll take care of these skeletons. As before, we're trying to really level up our party, get everybody to higher experience points so we can raise their attributes. Because remember, eventually we found that we're going to have to be going to the dungeon Destard, which is apparently where we can find dragon eggs. And well, if we're going to be facing dragons, we want to be very strong. At the end of our last episode, I looked at everybody's experience and I said, oh, this character's ready and this character's ready to go to the shrines and level up. And I never really explained how I knew that. It's from looking at the experience points here. In Ultima, leveling up, like in any other game I should say, you level up once you've reached a certain threshold of experience points. In the Ultima games, you start off with 0 experience points, theoretically. Once you've reached 100, you can level up to level 2, 200 for level 3, 400 for level 4, and then 800, 1600, 3200, 6400. It keeps doubling. So, for the avatar to get to level 6, he would need to get 1600 experience points. As you can see, we're just a little shy of that. So in the future, when I'm looking through the character sheets, I can just look at a glance, compare them to my little chart here of where they should be to, based on what level they are, and we'll know whether or not it's worth a trip over to the shrines to go ahead and get our attributes raised. In the meantime, let's see what these skeletons left us. Not a whole lot, nothing really useful to us, but this shack seems to have quite a bit in it. Is there anything in this backpack? No. Some oil flasks. I'm gonna have the party wait outside. And have the avatar go ahead and move everything around here. Ah, some gems. Those are always useful. Let's have YOLO grab some of those. Okay. Bunch of throwing axes. Some horseshoes. That's useless. But the bag could be useful. Let's take a look here and see. YOLO has a lot of different kinds of equipment, and it might help to organize that later on. I'm going to have YOLO pick up this bag. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to use that yet, but since he seems to carry a lot of different quest items, I think it'll be useful later. And I think that's all we need for right now. Backpacks and bags are easy to come by. But we'll continue on our way here. Now, as you can see, there's a pickaxe and shovels. This must have been the home of some adventurers. Perhaps these skeletons came upon them and killed them. Perhaps the skeletons were the adventurers. Who can say? Anyway, let's continue our little journey around here. So this room here, oh, there's a gold nugget. We'll go ahead and grab those as we find them. This room seems to have 3 exits. There's one going to the north, one going to the south, and one heading to the west. Let's go south to begin with, and we'll see what we can find. A lot of gold in here. Unfortunately, that one is impossible for us to get at. Ah, and there's a ladder leading downwards and a bat. There's a lot of bats here. Oh, there's an alligator. I'm trying to keep the party from wandering off too far in chase of these enemies that aren't really even attacking us. Ah, but here, see this waterway? That's what I was talking about in our last episode when I said that skiffs can come in handy. Occasionally in the dungeons we run into these, so having a little skiff that we can just quickly jump across with and that way our party can quickly get where they need to be. And we can grab all these gold nuggets. Now I know I said before that we really aren't ever going to need gold anymore with all the gold we got from the wisps, but hey, you know. Can't hurt to stay stocked up. We could always leave these in Lord British's castle in that chest. We'll let the party go ahead and kill these alligators. Okay. Let's go ahead and head down that ladder. Let's drop the skiff again. Now what you need to remember about the Dungeon Shame is that there are several ways downwards. Each floor has several ladders leading downwards, and there's dead ends and a little bit of backtracking. So let's see if this is the correct way to go to where we need to be. Ooh. Looks like mice are in battle with some wolves. Or, I should say giant rats, not mice, but, you know. Oh, giant rats and mice. Looks like Dupre was poisoned. I'm not sure why this bloodstain keeps acting as if it's being attacked. Either way, we'll go ahead and cure our own poison and we'll move on from this battle. We need to go ahead and move some more torches over to Leona. And we'll continue on our way. Let's take a look at everyone's hit points, make sure nobody's in bad shape here. But no, the enemies we've faced so far haven't been all that hard. Mice, alligators, giant rats, wolves. But what you want to be careful of is, you know, even though the enemies are not that difficult, if there's enough of them, they can whittle you down over time. And if you're not paying careful attention, if you're not paying careful attention, you know, that could end up poorly for you. We're here on the 3rd level now. Just following the caves around. Let's keep going this way, see where this goes. Shamino hears something to the northeast. It's a good thing everybody has those swamp boots, because this could very quickly turn badly if all the characters... what in the world was that? Thou dost see a child, and thou dost see a reaper. The child doesn't respond to us. The Reaper is attacking someone else. It's attacking another Reaper. Let's skirt this battle. Now this one we're going to have to kill, so everyone to arms. Reapers are difficult. Even the Avatar is going to join in on this battle. And of course my party immediately killed the child. I think the Reaper's dead. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't get past it because of that. Let's continue up here, and oh my goodness. They're attacking each other and us. And unfortunately, yes, that was the... Killing them all made it that we cannot pass any further down. That was what I was hoping wouldn't happen. It looks like Reapers, when you kill them, just leave a corpse right there that can't be moved. As you may remember from the Ultima 6 manual, if you have one, or if you want to look one up online, it describes a Reaper as the remnant of an ancient enchanted forest, swallowed up long ago in a cataclysmic upheaval. The Reaper at first appears as a solitary tree trunk rooted in the dungeon rock. Closer examination reveals a grim intelligence which lashes out with long, gnarled branches and magical bolts of destruction. I'm going to just run upstairs and back downstairs to just kind of reset what's going on here. But the resourceful adventurer can turn the threat of the Reaper into the evening's campfire, oftentimes uncovering hidden treasure in the process. And the picture for the Reaper is a angry-looking tree, its branches being wielded like weapons, you know, sort of a more terrifying version of the Whomping Willow, with an angry face on it. Point being, because they're trees, once I kill them, well, they're now trees rooted to the ground and I can't move them. I can't get them out of the way. I guess if we had an axe of some kind, maybe the game would let me chop them down. I don't know. Alright, looks like there's 2 ways to go, up or down. Let's try up first. And as you can see, Reapers are also magic users. They like to hurl lightning bolts around, and they're also physically strong. Alright, here's a ladder leading us down to the 4th level. Let's see which way this takes us. Well, there's a fountain, if you look at that. Thou dost see a fountain. When you find fountains in the dungeons of Britannia, you can often drink from them. And there would be different effects that can happen to your character when you do that. Go ahead and have Leona light another torch. Continue our way north here. Yeah, dungeons, especially those that are based on old mine shafts, often have, you know, seeping poisonous water that's deadly to your party. And if you don't have those swamp boots, oh my, thou dost see a drake. Let's not fool around here. Let's get right into combat. We're going to need to keep a close eye on our character's hit points as we engage in this combat. Let's bring everybody back because there's another Drake. Shamano's critical, but he's still... Let's bring the party back. Let's not have them go rushing ahead. Let's quickly go ahead and cast a Great Heal on him. And as you can see, he's backed up to 150 hit points. Everybody else is alright for now. Before we go further, let's loot this corpse. Nothing in it. Pray we'll grab that gold. We'll check this corpse as well. More gold coins. We left so many gold coins left behind in our previous episode. Apparently a sea serpent and hydra are fighting each other to the north of here. And there's a little bit more gold on this Drake's body, so we'll grab that as well. There's some more fountains. So, let's take a look and see what happens when we use one of these, when we drink from one of these fountains. Well, it asks if I want to make a wish. Let's wish for, I don't know, health. No effect. What about world peace? Won't let us write that much. I'm not sure what those fountains might do for us, but... somewhere nearby there's a hydra and sea serpents fighting each other, and we can hear it in the distance. Let's continue on our way here. Looks like Ibarra was correct to come to this dungeon. It looks like there's all kinds of treasure to be found. Lots of gold nuggets, lots of monsters to fight, so it's definitely not something for the unwary, but... once we get back to the town of Britain, we can exchange all of these gold nuggets for coins. Oh my, gremlins. Attentive has been robbed. They stole my ham! Gremlins are very weak creatures. I think I mentioned this previously. Easy to kill. I mean, they're often can be killed with only one hit, but they steal food. And killing the gremlin, well, you don't get the food back. It's a shame. Ah, look. Thou dost see a peasant. Could this be the man we're looking for? You see a sunken-faced, starving man, dressed in rags. It takes a few moments for the man to notice you. Humans! Please, you must help me, he says weakly. I need food, badly. Yes, food. The last thing I ate was my belt, and that was 3 weeks ago. If only you could give me some food. You ate your belt? Not very tasty, but it was filling. Who are you? Ibarra. Ibarra's my name. Oh, we found Ibarra. What's your job, Ibarra? Lost here. No job now. I used to sail under Captain Hawkins on the Empire. We had food then, but those days are gone. Ah, well, what about the map? Map? Map. Oh, the map! Yes, I still have that. I couldn't eat it. It ought to be worth some food, surely? Well, yeah, we'd love to give you some in exchange. I don't think we have any. He hands you the map piece and rubs his hand, eagerly awaiting his food. Suddenly you realize that you have no food to give him. No food? He asks. Then thou art doomed too. Ah, alas, that was, unfortunate. The gargoyle stole the ham. We could have given that to him. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any food. Or rather, we have no food to give him. Thou art back. Please, please give me some food. Well, you could always come with us and we could give you some food. Leave here? No! I've almost gotten the tunnels figured out. Just a few more days and I'll be free. But I must have food. Don't go, I need food. Food. Can I have a little before you go? Unfortunately, we don't have any to give you, sir. The man collapses, the last of his energy gone. And he falls asleep. If we had some food, we'd give it to him. Unfortunately, we had none. And it's a shame. He gave us the map. There it is. The 5th piece of Captain Hawkins' treasure map. The entire party feels bad for the guy. I mean, if we'd had food, we would have given him some. We would have been happy to escort him out, but he doesn't seem willing to take our offer. There doesn't really seem to be anything else we can do for this guy at this point, so let's look around a little bit more and see what else there is to do in this dungeon. Now, with all those fights we got into, let's take a look at our experience points. Let's see where we stand with regards to that. Avatar is still shy of 1600. Dupre now has 815. That means he's ready for level 5. Shamino needs 1600, and again, he's short. Same thing with Yolo, he's short of level 6. Leona needs 400 to get to level 4, as does Leodon. Santre already is level 4, he would need to get 800. So right now, Dupre is the only one ready to level up. But that's a pretty good place to stop there. I mean, we've done pretty well in this dungeon. Gotten another character leveled up. We've got the next piece of Captain Hawkins' treasure map. And well, it looks like this dungeon might be a good place to get money and experience points if we need them. For now, I'm just wandering a little bit further, looking for a few more gold coins here, or seeing if there's any other fights we can get into real quick before we head back to the surface. Now, what you're supposed to do when you find Ibarra is you're supposed to trade him food for the map piece. You know, you're supposed to buy it off of him. As it is now, we unfortunately got it for nothing. We asked for it, he gave it to us expecting food, and we had nothing to give him. Part of me wonders if that actually incurs a karma loss for doing that. Even though it was inadvertent, we did cheat him out of his map piece. Hopefully that didn't ding us in terms of our virtue. Alright, I'm not seeing much else here worth getting. But we do know that the 4th level here seems to be a nice spawning point for drakes if we want to get into some fights that might be worth some more experience points. My goodness, there's a lot of gold here. Alright, that's the end of that corridor. Okay, so Dupre's ready for a level up. Let's take a look at his stats and see what he can use the most of. He's got plenty of strength. Why don't we max that out as much as we can? I believe 3 more points will... when we raise his level, it should give us 3 more points of strength. That'll get him almost to maximum strength. And that'll really help out with his sword use, you know. Make him a really heavy hitter, and then after that we'll concentrate on his dexterity later. So, if we want to raise Dupre's strength, we need to head over to the Shrine of Valor. Let's get to a little bit more open area where I can actually use the Orb of the Moons. And as you may remember, we use the Orb of the Moons, 2 spaces to the east and 1 to the north to get to the Shrine of Valor. We'll talk to the shrine, and we'll meditate at the altar. Dupre is going to go ahead and meditate. And the mantra of valor is Ra. Dupre has gained a level and strength. So let's take a look at his stats really quickly. There we go. His strength is now at 29. Remember, the maximum of any attribute is 30. So that's pretty good. I mean, he's now one of the strongest characters in our party. In fact, he might be the strongest character in our... Yeah, he's the strongest character in our party now. So from now on, the next time Dupre levels up, when he hits level 6, we'll go ahead and give him dexterity after that. That'll get him up to 26 dexterity. That's quite a well-rounded character there. But that's for next time. We'll leave it there. In our next episode, we're going to continue looking for more of those map pieces, and we'll get our party even more leveled up. I'll see you then.